ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa's calling from Arkansas. Y'all say it Arkansas as well. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. Hi. Amber Cabral is here.
Hello, Miss. Hello, Professor Hunter. First is Miss Amber. First of all, I just need to tell you thank you for everything you do. And I'm not saying that arrogantly or smart-mouthy. I'm saying that truthfully from my heart. And I don't want to cry to you or break down crying, but when I talked to the lady that answered the phone, I said, I just want to tell her something. I'm on disability. I get I think it's $459 a month. My car payment is $700. I went and got a job trying to, make up for all of that. I got a letter in the mail that said I owed them. They overpaid me almost $24,000. And if I don't get the paperwork in that they need, which I'm trying to get, they're going to take $759 a month starting in November out of my check. I have battled with cancer. I'm bipolar, manic, so much more. I called to get therapy yesterday, and the lady told me, she said, ma'am, you're on Medicare Advantage. Medicare pays 20%, but your other insurance is not going to pay the 80%. Like you said, they do things that they want us to look at and pay attention to, but we're overlooking the things that they're doing. And I just wanted to voice this to people. Y'all have got to be aware of what is going on. People have got to pay attention to this. It's beyond male, female, like you're stating. This is if you're not a millionaire, they don't care. They do not care.
Let me ask you a question. So first of all, no, Miss Lisa, you don't get to just be out. You dropped a lot into our spirits, and I thank you for calling and feeling like this is a safe place. I just have several questions. $700 car payment to me is excessive. I don't think I've ever had a $700 car payment, and I like nice cars, just so you know. But I also recognize that car payments are problematic. So I've been I would get a pre-owned car, and I had a pre-owned Mercedes, and I paid $429 a month. I was so proud. It was nice, E-Class, I was driving around, but it was pre-owned, and who cares? Who knows, So is there a way that we can get the car payment down? I'm just trying to find solutions right now. I can't deal with all of the health things, but
I'm like you. I'm with you on that. I've tried, and what really got me is it was my own color that did this, and it's not like it's a Mercedes-Benz or.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you so.
And I'm trying to figure out how to do this because I have
how many more years?
How
many more years? Okay, you got it. All right.
I've only had it for 2 years, going on 2 years. Okay, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's think, because I feel like, when we get into these places, the one thing that I know from reading Stolen Focus and Inflamed, that when you are under financial trauma and crisis, you cannot think straight at all. It disrupts your ability to see through, which is why people impoverished make these decisions and choices, and you rent furniture and things, because right in the moment is all you can see, because you can't see the forest for the trees. But Miss Lisa, hold on. To get her number. I want to walk through this with her a little bit off mic, because this is not an on mic conversation, because I don't know. You just dropped this, what to do. You got a lot of big issues that you have to contend with, but humaning well from that perspective, because there's some of us that are right here. The water's right here, Amber.
That's right.
What
I do,
what do you have?
I just want to say a couple things. Number one, the first thing that I think is super important is that well, first, thank you for calling. Like, that's number one. Number two, though, is you have to realize that you get a say in your experience. So, however it may feel like you are at the mercy of, there are a series of choices that you get to make. Some are not going to be easy choices. Some are going to be uncomfortable choices. Some are going to be choices you wish you did not have to even consider. But at every turn, you get a say in your life. You get a say. So, like, in those moments where it feels like you're in despair, in those moments where it feels like you are a complete victim, in those moments, the thing that you should be holding on to is that it is still your life. It is still your choice. And as you are making decisions, your objective is to try to make that better. Your objective is to try to make sure that you are mentally sound as you are making that better. And so, I mean, definitely go and check out my podcast. There's a bunch of free stuff and resources and downloads and things like that to help you human better. But as a grander community, the other thing I think that's super important is for us to realize that there's a lot of us in situations that feel like this. There's a lot of us. And so it's critically important that we have conversations about the realities of navigating, whether it's debt, whether it's traumatic family circumstances, whether it's I've been at this job I can't seem to get out from under, whether it's I'm living in a community that I don't feel safe in. Like, I think that, like, totally appreciate that we always got to have, a little bit of laughter in between the tough stuff. But, like, part of having a good life and humaning well is being willing to face the tough stuff and having the tools to do that. And so as a community, let's try to make sure that we're doing that, with the folks that we know that are also navigating these types of circumstances, and be real that that's out there. It's actually happening.
I also would like, everybody, including Miss Lisa, to sit and take stock of where you are right now. Take out a piece of paper and put, benefit, liability, or pros, cons, good, bad, however we got to simplify the language, and look at the things in your life that you need or that you have that you want. This may be, I've had tough times in my life where I've had to sell some things. I used to collect gold. I'm looking at gold right now is at $3,500, right, for 1 ounce. And I remember going and buying a Cougarant, my first Cougarant, and it was like in the 1990s or whatever, for $400. When I was having a tough time, I had to sell it. And several other pieces of silver and gold to pay my mortgage. And I didn't want to, because I'm like, this is valuable, but I have to have a place to stay. And so I sold everything. And it was painful, but I did. Car too. Done that. So, when people are talking about things, while everybody goes through something, what got me through more than anything was having a community as well, because I wasn't alone. And people had my back. And it's a beautiful, which is why I lean into that. You understand what that is as well. And it sounds like Miss Lisa's out there on her own,
Right.
going through this, or maybe she's the one that people are pulling on.
Right.
I had to have a conversation with somebody yesterday. It could be your mama that is the source of, and you say, well, that's my mother. Okay. She gave birth to you.
Right.
But if she's making your life difficult in ways that it makes no sense, you don't owe. Yes, you owe her life or whatever, but there's an exchange there, even in that, and there's no sibling, and there's no cousin or whatever that you can always think about, pulling somebody up, but your ground is shaky. So now you falling in with them. They dragging you in. No, you got to be on solid ground.
And we got to be honest about shaky ground. Like, I know we talk a lot on this program about, like, wealth building and planning and how to put your money aside and doing all this stuff. But, like, some of that, I mean, like, if you're not there, then, like, it's okay to be honest about that you're not there. And, like, let's figure out what needs to happen so that you have an opportunity to get there. Like, this is not an encouragement for you to put yourself into a bigger detriment trying to, align yourself with the conversations that you're hearing. Like, we're speaking to a broad audience. And so, what that looks like is going to be different from person to person. And so, like, take stock of your circumstances and be honest about what the best move is going to be so that you can thrive and survive in whatever those are, up to and including not having a relationship with your parents, if that's what it takes.
Right. For a minute, but taking stock, sitting with yourself, sitting and looking at it, making it plain on paper. And that's why I'll bring in a Tiffany Aliche, the budgetista, who's going to tell you how to get good with money and take you on a journey of how to, budget and things, because that's step one. And I was talking with Amber off mic about the next thing, is for people who have a 401k and things, because what we need to do is have our own back and create our own paychecks and not be beholden to a system. And we can do that with these tools that are out here right now, but you have to have. Which is why day one on these airways 10, 11 years ago, I was talking about saving 5,000, saving 10,000, and we got up to 50,000. And during the pandemic, I had a few calls of people that had saved the $50,000, and they were like, now what do I do with it? I remember along the way, I got 25,000. What do I do? I was like, go to 50, because that cash will allow you to make different choices. And I just remember not having $1,000. Most people don't have $1,000 for an emergency or $400 for an emergency, and that stat stuck with me. But the time is now, and to your point, you can hear some things and you want to like, should I sell everything to do this thing? No, you want to build. You want to build from a place of sturdiness. And I think a lot of us are chasing these things. Even there's so much here on the Thrive Thursday that I want to get to, but I do appreciate Miss Lisa calling, because it reminds us in the midst of everything else that there are people living real hard lives right now.
Hand them out. Yes.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back, and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We